And welcome. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Here, Jay, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Come on, Ed. Can I say it, please?
All right, if you must.
Yes. Trust the process.
It has been quite a process to get to this point. Jay, they have a squad here in Philadelphia. Controlled by the Philadelphia 76ers. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Over to the right side. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
Look, sometimes it takes a little while to get into the flow of the game. During the next timeout or during the next break in action, take the ball and go shoot it. See the ball go through the net a couple of times.
To Turner. Inside, he scores.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Joel Embiid. Good start. He's made his first shot.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
To Oladipo. Fires the three, and Victor Oladipo. Quick catch and shoot that time for three.
You know, when I sit down and I think about it, it really blows my mind at how far Depot has came over the past 3 seasons. That first stop in Orlando, I remember watching a kid who had crazy talent and at times showed glimpses of brilliance, but also was really inconsistent. But at OKC, though, something changed, and it had to be the influence of Russell Westbrook. When you're around a dude that plays with 110% every day of the week, that has to push you mentally to levels that you never experienced before. That was the first time in his NBA career that he played meaningful basketball. He played with a purpose. Now when I look at him, I see a refocus. I see the dedication to the game he loves. There's no doubt now that he is the leader of this franchise.
To Covington. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Short jumper and a putback slam.
VO, he may not be the superhero that Indy wanted, but he's definitely the one they need.
Redick. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question marks with Toronto. Kawhi Leonard doesn't really want to be there, changing up their coach. What's going on with that franchise? And the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
It's Indiana basketball. A drive through the paint, but a shot misses.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
The drive, right to the basket. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Cruises inside for 2.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
To Oladipo. Driving right to the basket. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Pacers control. Knocked loose. It goes down.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Deep 2 there, won't go.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
The assist from number 6, Corey Joseph.
The drive right to the basket, and he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught, and number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Pacers with the possession. Oladipo's shot no good.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Redick. He made his first. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Desperation shot here from half court. Knocks it down at the buzzer from half court. He lined it up perfectly. What an end to the first quarter. Through 1, it's the visiting Pacers out to the early advantage. We're back with more after this. This is NBA Sunday on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Indiana with the basketball to Oladipo. Screen coming, Oladipo. Probing the defense. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Just not going down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Oladipo into the front court. Leads 5. Throws it down. Jay, we're seeing more of the same to start the second.
It's called settle for more. Just because a defender gives you space doesn't mean that you need to take the jump shot. Keep attacking the rim. It will open up eventually.
Pacers, Jay, were good last year. Then they got better in free agency.
They lose Lance Stevenson to L.A., but then they get a ton of under-the-radar type of players. Kyle O'Quinn, who provides toughness. Doug McDermott, 6'10" shooter from the outside, pick-and-pop type of player. Imagine that with Victor Oladipo. You get a guy like Tyreke Evans, who's an explosive scorer. And then Aaron Holiday. He might be the key. The third Holiday brother could be the backup PG of the future.
It's Indiana basketball. Amir Johnson able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Oladipo. Nothing going here on that drive. 5 to shoot for Indiana. Trying to cash in. Oladipo's shot misses. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Entering the game for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 33.
And count the basket inside.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Sixers control it. Markelle Fultz to McConnell. Here's a chance from long range. T.J. McConnell, like Rocky, he loves the tough situations.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
Here comes the screen. Deep right corner. Oladipo. Nice pass to set things up.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
To Embiid. Short jumper off the mark. Joseph with it. Leads 4. Young off the mark. To Fultz. Won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Embiid. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing. Man.
I got ball.
Curling inside. Markelle Fultz. He's now 4 for 6.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Pacers control. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while.
Welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Good, I am scrolling through vids. Laugh. Hope you have a good one, man. Good luck with your channel.
Okay, thank you.
Young. Offensive board. Shot by Bogdanovich off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple.
I subbed
Put
and
the
liked.
ball in the bucket.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line.
Thank
check.
you.
Love the fact that the shooter
Thank you.
created contact on the
Definitely.
upward motion
Thank
to
you.
shoot the
I'm gonna
basketball.
step over
Big
to
time
you.
play.
Dario Saric.
You have a
at the
channel,
line.
right? If you do have a chin, I'll
And
suck
hits the
over.
first free throw.
We're doing a lot of franchise
Yet
mode.
I post Fortnite
And
videos.
gets both to drop at the line.
Fortnite. Oh, okay. I got to get into that. I'm
Pacers
missing
with
out
the
on a
possession.
lot of fun. I got to get into that
Collison
Fortnite.
to Oladipo.
You know? Damn. Damn.
From the painted area,
Good
won't
block.
go down.
Let's go Philly. Philly. Yeah, I'm missing out on a
Nothing
lot
waiting
of
here on
fun.
that
Oh,
drive.
take it up.
To
There we go.
Simmons. Shot from the lane won't go.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively.
That's
Keep
crazy.
baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot.
Yeah, I got to do the
Exploit it.
Fortnite. I'm missing out on a lot of fun. You know, I got to do Fortnite.
For three, he's got it for three.
The assist from number 21.
Deep three at the buzzer. First half comes to an end. The Pacers have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Pacers have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. The 76ers aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game track. Bench points.
the NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
Oladipo has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Jay, I wouldn't confuse this team with the Houston Rockets, but there is no question the Pacers are built to play fast.
Yeah, one of the fastest teams in the league, and I think depth this year will help them towards the latter part of the season, particularly in the playoffs. Last year, you felt like you saw Victor Oladipo get a little bit tired, but now due to better conditioning, you add on a guy like Tyreke Evans, you have guys like Corey Joseph. This team is loaded with depth.
Thaddeus Young. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Indiana with the basketball. Joel Embiid.
Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Oladipo. Collison. Collison, it's good with no defender in sight.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Joel Embiid. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Young. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. To Redick. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's playing with fire. J.J. Redick wide open. Good luck.
And depending upon the personnel, the transition three-point pull-up shot is no longer the anomaly. It's the norm.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
Here we go. That's me. I got ball.
It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Collison to Young. Collison to Young. Thaddeus Young. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
The passing has been great, but the movement without the ball has been even better. Seeing a play before it happens is a skill set a lot of people don't talk about. But a great pass combined with great movement, good luck with that.
Into the front court comes Collison. His guys trail now by 4. Oladipo to Collison. And he finishes at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Ben Simmons with the rock. Over to the right side. Beyond the arc for 3. Well defended. Covington's a tough matchup. Gets it in the left corner. Collison. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Young. 5 to shoot. Has a look. Darren Collison. Now 3 for 9.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Fultz. It's rebounded by Indiana. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Aaron Holiday is the youngest brother of 3. Justin and Drew, there had to be so many times where he just had to get in where he could fit in. And that has to play into the psyche of who Aaron is as a person and as a player. He had to go out and take what was his. Those intangibles give him a really good chance to be successful at this level.
Now a steal by Philly.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
Has a chance. Shot by Saric off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Oladipo. Joel.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Fultz. Trying to cash in. Markelle Fultz. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Everybody knows the story about how Markelle's shot really struggled last year. I got the cure. It's called amnesia. Last year never happened. This year is the only year that matters. Let your game continue to establish itself, and your game doesn't have to be what it was before. It can have its own new dimension.
Inside, he scores.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
And look out.
The assist from number 44, Bojan Bogdanovic.
Deep three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. No separation so far. It's all even. All even through 3 quarters. Who can pull away as we get started here in the 4th? Sixers have the basketball. Fultz to Redick. Fires the 3. It's Sabonis with the rebound. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. To Oladipo. Tough make through traffic.
No excuse to not be a little bit more physical there on the defensive end. Needed that stop.
Goes to the left side. Simmons won't go. He has to find better opportunities.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on the 3-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw try, off the mark. Collison to Oladipo. The pass set it all up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Victor Oladipo. Now that's a contest. To Simmons. To Fultz. Lets it fly from long range. Markelle Fultz at the line. First one goes down. Second one's no good. One more coming. It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo. Yes.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Sixers call for time. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the player's left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
To Young. Oladipo. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Gets to the basket and scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Baseline drive. He was hacked. They let it go.
One of the best-kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Oh, Miles Turner. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Fires the 3, had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. To Oladipo. Joel Embiid swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Embiid. From long range. Like the confidence. Tough shot there from McConnell. Pacers control. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Covington. Simmons. Can't get the bounce. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Now that the process has been established, it's going to be fun to see how much better Joel Embiid can be this season. Everybody heard about his arduous offseason workout program, but the thing I love about him the most, he always works on his game, even if he's dunking on random fans on vacation.
Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Here's a chance from long range. No good. Redick. Tough shot. Well defended. This one to the Pacers as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here. And I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pacers almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. And it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Indiana Pacers. The 76ers finished on the losing end of a close score. The way they shot the ball was outstanding. But even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Oladipo put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.